try to share my experience in the attempt to introduce direct democracy tool in Italian order, legislation, in a horrible English, as you hear, but I will try. I was elected in first time, twice. The first time in 2013, and I was in the opposition with the party called Five Star Movement. And during this election, these 5 years, we tried to convince the other party to introduce direct democracy. We didn't succeed, obviously. The second time, the next legislation, we won the election, and I was elected for the second time as Italian parliamentarian, and we went to the government of my country. I was nominated minister for direct democracy, so we tried to introduce these tools. Immediately, what happened? The media and the other parties start accusing us of a lot of things, bad things, obviously. In particular, the system accused us to want to eliminate the parliament because they see direct democracy as something that is against the representative democracy. And we made a lot of mistakes as Five Star Movement, because in the past years we were not able to make people understand that direct democracy in the modern is not the ancient direct democracy, the Greece democracy, the Athenian democracy is something different. That in the modern time, in the modern in the last years, in the last centuries, is developed like something that can live and get better the representative democracy. That we have not only one democracy representative, but we have three kind of democracy: representative, participatory, and representative. And only with a good mix of these elements, you can have a real modern and happy democracy and healthy democracy. People in Italy didn't understood this idea, and the media and the parties succeed in making them fear this elimination of the party. Have the fear of this elimination. And what we did is we start with the Global Forum. We decided to organize the Global Forum on modern direct democracy in Rome, just to discuss about these issues. And it was very successful, useful, because we introduced these tools, direct democracy institutions, in Rome, in the capital, and nowadays we have, thanks to that Global Forum, thanks to the major, Virginia Raggi, the former major, and thanks to Five Star Movement and our work. So now we have in the capital of Italy, we have the initiative, citizen initiative, we have a mandatory budget, we have a referendum. And after that, we try to introduce at a national level. We made a proposal. After the Global Forum, we made a proposal. We create a proposal, thanks also not me. We have a team, very strong team, where work also the former speakers that you have listened. So Marco and my friend Lorenzo, and we write a proposal and we present to the Parliament the proposal and the initiative. The proposal was made like that. you have to get 5,100 signatures to, if you want to present to the parliament by citizens a proposal. If you get the signatures, the parliament has had 18 months to discuss this proposal. If the parliament do nothing after these 18 months of discussion, we will have the referendum. And if obviously it passes if the majority say yes, but the yes vote has to be at least the 25% of the people that can vote. Okay, so we propose a quorum, participatory quorum, okay. Not how can I say deliberatory quorum. No, not participatory quorum, but deliberatory quorum. And if in the 18 months the parliament make some change, the committee that present the proposal with the signatures can decide to go on with the referendum or to accept the changes. If they accept okay, it's perfect, the law is approved. If they don't accept the changes, we have a referendum. If it's approved, the proposal of the citizen. The referendum is approved. The law approved is the proposal of the citizen. If it's not approved, the law approved is the one that has been changed by the parliament. Okay. So in fact, the people have to change between the two proposals, one of the citizen and one of the parliament. Okay. And if in these 18 months the parliament accepts the proposal, okay, it's okay. Everybody are happy. We start discussion. It was very wide, very funny, and in some cases problematic because they start to put on the table a lot of criticism. First of all, majority of the other parties thought that this proposal put the citizens against the parliamentarian, against the parliament. I understood that there is a very very strong problem in the idea of representation. That I think that the problem that we have nowadays in the Western countries. The problem is the idea, generally speaking, of the representation. Politics, and most of people think that if you are a political representative, you have the power to change, to make law, to change law in that period of time, even if people think in another way. But in Italy, for example, if you elect a parliamentarian, the parliamentary can change even the law in the electoral law. So the parliamentarian decide the way I can decide them, elect them. For me, is crazy. Allora, imagine to apply this idea of representation in the real life. For example, you have a company, an enterprise, you are the owner, and you say, well, I have no time to manage this enterprise, so I elect you to manage I'm the owner, but my representation, you can manage the enterprise for me, because I have to do other things. Okay. You can decide what to do, everything with the enterprise. You can decide how much you are paid. You decide. And you decide at the end of contract, how can I choose the other one that will represent myself. it doesn't work. The company failed in 2 years. It's impossible that it works. And this is the way in which we think about parliament, we think about politics. I think differently that we need to introduce these tools to make the owner of the democracy, citizens, control parliamentarian actions, ideas, and change what they are doing during the legislation. The party, during the discussion, said, if the citizens get the signatures and approve the law that we don't want during the legislation, the government and the majority of the parliament should go. Why? In the common life, if I'm your representative, if I represent you and I make some mistake or I do something that you don't want, you say to me, I change. But in the political system nowadays, we feel that in that way is a wrong way. A good political system listen to the people, and if people have other idea, an idea different from the majority, simply accept it and do it. They are our representative. Another thing that they were against the proposal is the quorum. In Italy, is not accept the idea of quorum zero. It's a very, in my opinion, is a very strong problem, very hard problem to solve, because we have for the referendum in Italy, we have a referendum, a private referendum with the quorum of 50% quorum. It doesn't work because the people that stay home like they say no. So the no, the people that say no is quite always the majority, because they vote is sommato, si somma, come si dice?
Summed up.
With the people that stay home. Okay. But in democracy, people that act, people that vote decide, not the people that stay home. With the quorum, decide the people that stay home. This is the reason why I don't appreciate the quorum. So we invented the 25% of quorum, participatory quorum. Because in this way, people that stay home is people that is against the proposal don't stay home. They have to go to vote to make the proposal not pass. So at the end, we made a lot of work, but we didn't succeed in approving it because the government fell down before it will be approved. And it has been a very strong problem for me, because for Italy, because nowadays there is still a crisis on the democracy's crisis. People don't vote because don't think that people usually think that if I vote a party or another party, nothing changes, and they can do nothing by themselves to change things because there is no instrument like initiative, citizen initiative. And when there is a crisis, a democratical crisis, there are only two paths to follow. One is to share power, to involve people in democracy and make people choose in the future. This is a way to solve the crisis. The other path to follow is to choose the strong man in charge. We didn't succeed in introducing this reform in Italy, and now another party is trying to do another reform. A reform that is looking for the strong man. The other party, what are now proposing? They are proposing to change the constitution, but not for introduce the direct democracy, to introduce the citizen initiative, but to introduce the direct election of the head of the government. And the one is elected will have, by constitution, the majority, absolute majority of the parliament. So one decides for everything. So when there is a problem in democracy, usually we have these two paths. If you don't succeed in getting people involved, you go straight to the one man in charge. And
Or woman in this case.
man or woman. Thank you very much.
Thank you.